Bill, for that update. For more, we want to turn now to our legal expert, former Cook County prosecutor Thomas Glasgow. He's been following the Peterson case pretty closely. So we just saw Drew Peterson laughing as he was going into court. You know, kind of the swagger that he's had for quite a while. Will that make a difference as he goes to trial, do you think? Will that have any effect, his
Absolutely.
sort of attitude?
The attitude has an effect on the jury as to whether or not they like or dislike the defendant. And you obviously, as a defense counsel, want to make your defendant or your client very likable to the jury because they want to sympathize with him, they want to listen to him, they want to hear his side of the story.
So he could be affecting whether or not people will like him once it gets to the decision making, which would be really important. One other thing I wanted to ask you, because James Glasgow, the state's attorney of Will County, mentioned yesterday there's a new law that went into effect that affects the hearsay rule. Explain what this new law is and why he believes it's going to help his case.
It's another exception to the hearsay rule that allows us to, as prosecutors, to bring in the out-of-court statements of someone who is deceased, someone who has been killed as a part of trying to hide a homicide. So it allows those statements from Kathleen Savio to the Assistant State's Attorney in a letter, or from Stacey Peterson to the priest, to be allowed in. The problem with it is he can't cross-examine a statement that has been made via paper or to someone else. And that's going to be the constitutional question that's really going to be brought into effect with regard to Drew Peterson's case, whether or not those statements will ultimately be admissible.
Oh, okay. Now, another thing, I heard Joel Brodsky today, Drew Peterson's attorney, on the Today Show, and he called this case circumstantial. What's your opinion?
There's nothing wrong with circumstantial cases. I mean, the classic example of when you do prosecution closing is you go to bed, there's no snow, you wake up, there's snow on the ground, you know it snowed. It's circumstantial evidence. The fact that there's no direct evidence to link him to the crime is not fatal to the case. They can still prove him guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. The question is the jury going to link him to the death of Kathleen Savio?
All right. Thank you so much, Thomas. I know there will be many opportunities to talk about the minutia with this case as the weeks and months go on. Thank you for taking time to come in.
Thank you for having me.
All right.